Wake up. Grab a brush and put a little makeup. Make sushi. Can you imagine if I fucked it up? Like, hit the wrong thing. And then had to spend 18 more years searching for a fish. So maybe knows that the voice is entirely inside her head.
I think that, if anything, Nikomi liked you.
Sure didn't look like it. I think she was just lonely. I just happened to be there with her, but anyone else would have done.
Could be.
She answered, but she was the one asking the questions to begin with. And still, at times she felt as if someone really was sitting behind her.
How did you feel about her then?
Just as she thought the imaginary presence had disappeared, there it was again. She was feeling that presence more often. Wondered what would happen if she looked behind her. I think I need that. How do I feel about Nikomi? More milk. Crazy.
Don't ask me. Oh, you were asking me? You're so funny. It wasn't a fucking rhetorical question. You're crazy.
Okay, yeah, but I'm hallucinating you precisely because I want someone to explain my feelings to myself. Okay, duh.
Would a hallucination really be that convenient?
So maybe he had to agree. Her hallucination was making a good point. Her subconscious was making her hear that voice, but she couldn't know why. The road in front of her kept going on as if, as usual, unfamiliar sights would pop into sight just to be left behind shortly thereafter. If her journey were a dish, it definitely felt unseasoned. It was something... Hold on. Yes! There was something unreal about a world with nobody but herself. She was free, yeah, but too free. It's like sandbox games. You can't just drop me in a place and be like, do whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, direction. Just a little bit. This wasn't the end of the journey she'd been wishing for. The sky above her was unrelentingly clear. Would it rain if I wanted it to rain?
Could we? Oh shit, now we're thinking.
She could still hear the voice. There was no real person there to dispel Sumibi's hallucination.
If you simply wished for it, I could be here, sitting behind you, and we could travel together.
But you're not even the real you.
Does that make a difference?
It did. It definitely did. But Sumibi couldn't tell what the difference was. After all, she was the one who had come up with the hallucination. Phantom Yunomi she wanted and needed. That's not Yunomi, it's Nikomi. What are you talking about? You're delusional. Her wants, her needs. At least those were real. Rice ball. Rice ball. Wait. What do I need for Buchimgai again? I forget every time. Flour, egg. Oh yeah, we definitely can't make that. We are so funny. Guess we're talking about feelings. Like I have any idea how I really feel. She maybe muttered to herself. Once a boyfriend asked her what she liked about him, and she didn't know what to say. She did like him. She was sure about that part. Were you? But she couldn't explain the hows and whys of it. She felt that the reasons people gave for their feelings were meaningless ad hoc explanations. That's fair, I guess.
Even then, you should at least be able to tell whether you liked Nikomi, right?
Yunomi could... Now you say Yunomi, but the little bubble box definitely has Nikomi's name at the top of it. So I'm just gonna keep giving her Nikomi's name. Yep. Yunomi could read. I mean, Nikomi's voice. I think I said that wrong. I think I said her name. You know what I meant. Yunomi could read Sumibi's thoughts. She lived there after all.
You can't say you never liked her, because you'd be a liar then.
Yes, I do like her.
You guess?
I don't know. I don't have feelings for her like I have for you. I don't even feel like I'd love to be her friend. But at the same time, I don't hate her. Not at all. If there was a word to describe those feelings, Sumibi didn't know it. Feelings felt just as blurry and unreal as the empty world she now lived in.
Well, feelings are hazy like that. That's normal.
Is it really, though? Or are you just saying this because you're me? Emotions, feelings, and all that came with them were an essential part of life. God dang it. But they were too elusive to grasp, let alone rely on. Give me. Yay! What else did I need for this? I think it was just flour, egg, and then a vegetable or some shit. Yep. Reality's different. Handle in her hands was real. Even if Sumibi were gone, the handle would still be there. But the time we spent traveling together, that was fun. She couldn't explain why. She didn't know. How has barely any time passed in this day? That's crazy. She didn't know whether it still would have been fun if she'd been traveling with someone else. All she knew was how she felt. It had been fun. Being with Nikomi had been fun. That much was a fact. Why do you keep giving me bonfires? I guess since the day is moving at a fucking glacial pace. Let's talk about this hallucination. Yummy. So maybe wonder why she started hallucinating all of a sudden. I mean, that's normal. Maybe it was the loneliness' fault. Up until now, she had Nikomi to chat with. You really didn't last long before going crazy, though. It's been like 24 hours. She couldn't believe that she was that starved for human interaction. Thought I actually preferred being alone.
People can't live alone.
Are you talking from experience, or is that like a grand truth about humanity?
I'd say it's the latter. Wow, there's a bunch of shit here. What powder do I already have? I think it might be curry powder, actually. We'll double check. It's curry powder! We have more egg and onion. I need the egg. Fuck, we need... Oh, I have milk. Rice ball. Shit. Just fucking get rid of this. It's the letter! Or maybe I'm just speaking your thoughts out loud for you. I'm so helpful.
Huh. Unable to decide what was right, Sumibi continued her soliloquy.
Pudding time!
Maybe the world would eventually go back to normal. But that seemed extremely unlikely. It's probably destined to stay like... Okay, there is a road. I was like, a fucking dead end for real? Empty, except for Sumibi. It's possible that the people who had disappeared had simply been moved somewhere else. But even then, sooner or later, they would die. And then the world would truly be empty, and the town's deserted. Sumibi herself would eventually die. All she could do was make the best of the situation. You know me, will you stay with me until I die?
But Of course. I'm just a figment of your imagination to begin with.
Voice came from inside her head, but it also sounded as if it came from outside. She could even feel Yunomi sitting behind her. Whether you really exist doesn't even matter. I wonder if I should have actually searched this, or if I should have left it to sleep in, but oh well. Everyone in the world can hear you speak, everyone being, you know, just me. For all intents and purposes, that actually makes you real. Once again, there was no reply. She kept writing on, looking forward. Oh. Stop that. Stop that. You're not allowed to do that. It's scary when you do that. They're both fine. They're both here and they're both fine. See? It's fine. Everything's fine. I really wish my head would stop hurting. It's weird that that seemed to end, like, in the middle of a conversation. Oh. Or is the Yunomi conversation one of those story enders? Well, making rice balls. So maybe got an idea. So would it be okay if I started searching for Nigomi? It was a question, but ultimately she was only asking this to herself. This is your great fucking idea? Dog, you need help.
You're saying you'll choose her over me?
Oh my god, there's so much stuff. I think I still have curry powder. So we'll leave that. I'm not saying that. But I guess that you and I are just too alike.
Didn't you say we're nothing like each other once?
I did. But in hindsight, we actually have a lot in common. Like how we're both in the same head. Maybe that's why I liked you to begin with.
Oh. Doesn't that mean that we're a perfect fit for each other?
I'm not sure I do. If I kept traveling with you, if I kept traveling by myself, I think I'd end up going mad. God damn it. Coffee. I want to wait to drink that until we get her thoughts on it, though. Because I know that Sumibi loves coffee. I'm already crazy, let's be real. But Nikomi, she really is nothing like me. We disagree on a lot of things. It can even get annoying at times, but maybe that's what made traveling with her fun. As for me, Oh Lord, don't do that. Never mind. Yeesh. That was close. Thank goodness the game is like, hey, bitch, you'll die. I need someone to disagree with me. World all to yourself was a free world, but also a hazy one. Hallucinations could be real, nobody could tell you otherwise. But if you're by yourself, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, but if you're by yourself, you can do whatever you want. You don't need to worry about anything.
That's true. I know. God dang it. We need that fucking fire. When you can do anything, you end up doing nothing. God, ain't that the truth. Without a boundary dividing reality and imagination, everything lost meaning.
Where will that bring you? What will you gain by traveling with Nikomi?
Yunomi's question was calm and her voice was quiet.
Do you really believe that you'll be able to eat that pudding again? The pudding. I made it.
Yet another question that Smeeby had to ask herself. I don't believe I'll be able to. I mean, I don't even remember what it tasted like. She clearly remembered what the pudding looked like, but the memory of its taste was long gone. Might have been overly sweet, or it could have been a little bitter. She had no clue.
So what's the point? You'll keep eating pudding, but it'll never be the right one.
You're right. But why does everything want me to throw food at it? Wait for the it to leave, that said. Wait for the it to leave. The clown was here? On the road? Just in the middle of nowhere? Crazy. Fucking, I don't care. Just make some curry. I know! That's exactly the point. So maybe, oh. Very good at running into this shit. I mean, at least the new line started. It's better than having to, like, wait forever. So maybe finally found the words to explain how she felt. If the goal of the journey is recreating a pudding I can't remember, then the journey never has to end. She knew that their journey started on a whim and continued out of inertia, but I don't want that. Now she understood. That was exactly what she wanted. One needs a goal in life. The farther away that goal, the better. Because once you reach that goal, the journey is over. Mikomi, I wanted our journey to go on forever. It had taken a long time for Smeeby to realize this, but now she could see that it had always been the truth. Yes! She never admitted it to herself because she was scared. Scared of Mikomi not feeling the same way. That's why she'd given her the cold shoulder. Smeeby could hear Yunomi giggle behind her.
And will you be able to admit that to Nikomi if you see her again?
Probably not.
I thought so.
The weight she felt, or imagined, against her back started getting lighter.
If you manage to find her, be good to her.
Yeah, if. After that, Yunomi said nothing else. Maybe tried looking behind her shoulder. There was no one there. We gotta look for Nikomi. I just was about to try cooking with the fuel. Which technically, that is what you would cook with. I'll go. I'll leave. If she wanted to find Nikomi, she had to think of a way to look for her. So maybe racked her brain. She couldn't think of any way to reach someone who had disappeared. Hiya! She briefly considered going back to the place where she had last seen Nikomi. However, she thought that it probably wouldn't make any difference. She didn't know where Nikomi was now, or in fact if she was still anywhere at all. What in the what? Maybe remembered Yakume's words. People share their reality via their eyes. That's why they disappear from reality when nobody's looking. Disappeared people still lived on in their reality, but that reality wasn't shared with others. Hold. Oh my god. So many vegetables. If I could look at them and they at you, your realities would be shared again, and they'd reappear. She had to find Nikomi and exchange looks with her. But how?
Ay, snake! A snake! No, I want a snake. Wait.
She wondered where the other girl was and what she was up to. We finally get to use a walkie-talkie. It's Caesar salads all the way down now. Smeepy was struck by inspiration. She remembered the walkie-talkie. Money in his walkie-talkie supposedly used eyesight waves for transmission, however the fuck that works. People working in the lab had told her that eyesight waves were supposedly able to cross realities. If that were true, she might be able to contact Nikomi. She didn't know where Marina was right now, but she'd mentioned a second walkie-talkie. Could Sumibi reach the lab where that walkie-talkie was? Even if she did, Nikomi would have to have one also. Could she really use it to talk to Nikomi? That would only work if the other girl was also in the walkie-talkie's range. So maybe I had to bet on Nikomi coming to the same conclusion as her. Moreover, she had to bet on Nikomi wanting to see her again. So maybe slowed the bike down without even thinking about it. No matter how many issues her plan had, it was her only plan. She needed to try something, needed to act, just as she'd been acting all this time. The bike picked up speed again. This time it was headed toward the lab. Yeah! Are we going back to Nikomi now? Yep. We sure are. Nikomi wondered how Sumibi felt about this. Whether she was distraught from loneliness or euphoric with freedom. She could imagine both being true. Sumibi enjoyed being by herself, but she wasn't a loner. As for Nikomi, she was lonely. So lonely that she thought she would go insane. Having someone to chat with made everything easier. That had always been the case for her. When she was alone, even the tiniest unpleasant thought could take center stage in her brain. And now she was lost. She didn't even have the presence of mind to pity herself over it. She had to choose a goal. At the same time, she kept thinking of how Sumibi was taking it. Would she just keep traveling by herself, free from any annoyances? And if by some twist of fate they managed to reunite, would Sumibi want to start traveling with Nikomi again? Or would they just go their separate ways after exchanging a few pleasantries? Nikomi didn't want to travel alone. The other person didn't necessarily have to be Sumibi. Anyone would do, as long as they could provide a clear goal for the journey. She felt that way, but at the same time, traveling with Sumibi had been fun. She hoped that journey would never end. Even if it brought them nowhere, even if eventually they were both destined to disappear. She didn't care about the future anyway, nor the past. If she was having fun, she was happy.
Sumibi would say I'm so short-sighted.
She longed for Sumibi. That's why she had come back here. She was alone, but she was ready. She pushed the button on the walkie-talkie. Oh, shit! Okay, it's so funny, though, that, like, we got back to Nikomi, and it was like, yeah, Nikomi doesn't do well with being alone. She's a super fucking extrovert, and actually, if she's left alone with her thoughts, she'll go fucking crazy. But actually, it was Sumibi who instantly went fucking insane and was like, yeah, I'm just talking to other people now. This is normal. Which I feel like is such an introvert thing. That's funny. The walkie-talkie powered on. The first sound to come out of it was just static. Felt like it was connected to some place far away. But for all she knew, the other girl could be just a few steps away. Finally, she spoke.
So, if we manage to make that pudding you've been wanting to eat, What would you do after that?
The reply didn't come immediately. Maybe it took time for her words to reach the other walkie-talkie. Maybe Sumibi was just taking her time thinking about how to answer. Good question. Sumibi's voice didn't give her hints to confirm or dismiss either theory. But whatever the case, the walkie-talkies were working. I'll think about it after eating the pudding. She almost sounded bored, like always.
And if you don't come up with any good ideas?
We'll continue traveling until I can come up with one.
Maybe we'll already be old by then.
That'd be fine too.
Maybe we'll never find a new goal. And at the end, when we look back on it all, it'll all have been pointless.
You're right. Everything we do is like that. We're just convincing ourselves it matters for a while. One day I'll die, and there will be nothing left to prove that I ever lived. You know, maybe I'll end up regretting it. I'll tell myself that I could have done so much more.
We need to find a more constructive goal then.
Constructive? Like what?
I don't know.
So much for that then.
I don't know, but we could do something for the sake of humanity. Like, I don't know, bringing the world back to normal or something. Wouldn't it be better if our goal was something important like that? I can't do anything, I know, but you could do something great.
You talk about humanity, but right now humanity is really just the two of us.
That's not true. You're talking to me, right? I'm here. That must mean that everyone who disappeared is still alive too somewhere.
So maybe couldn't disagree. Yakime had told them that reality split and that despite disappearing, people weren't dying. Marine had also been right. The walkie-talkie could contact disappeared people. People's realities had diverged because the glue keeping them together, sight, had stopped working. Okay, hold on. It's just occurred to me, and it does feel really shitty that I've only just thought of it. But what the fuck does this mean for blind people, right? Like, I guess you can be like, oh, well, even if, like, your actual sight doesn't work, like, the eyesight energy from your eyeballs still works. But also, this feels like, you know, this feels really dismissive of blind people. They weren't disappearing, not really. Of course, they weren't dying either. In theory, rejoining all those separate realities should have been possible. But just you and me. Riding the bike, going places, chatting about stuff. That's fun in itself. Sounds like a good goal to me. Isn't that enough? Maybe they could have actually saved the world. Problem that was that Sumibi wasn't particularly motivated to do so. She knew she would second guess herself before every step. In a world like this, you couldn't afford to stop and think, not even for a moment. In that moment, the loneliness, the uncertainty, the lack of meaning would grow enough to asphyxiate you. You had to keep running. Only by moving could you survive.
It is enough. It's more than enough.
They still couldn't see each other, but each could hear the other's voice loud and clear. Where are you right now?
In the lab where we first met Marine. What about you?
Me too. Sumibi tried looking around. Nikomi was nowhere to be seen. After all, there was no one there when Sumibi had entered the lab. Even though Nikomi said she was there, Sumibi couldn't see her.
Actually, going back to each other's world, could it be that it's impossible?
Nikomi from her reality spoke into the walkie-talkie. That could be true. Their realities had split when they stopped looking at each other. Walkie-talkie's eyesight waves could travel to a different reality. Thanks to that, Sumibi could still hear Nikomi, but she doubted their realities could ever be rejoined. They both felt alone despite being in the same place. Each saw her own world and the two different worlds didn't match. As long as that was true, they wouldn't be able to meet again.
Oh. I have an idea.
Nikomi spoke first. What?
Where's the bike?
Right outside the lab. Sumibi had left it next to the lab's shutter with the engine turned off.
Oh, you rode all the way here?
Yeah, I learned how to ride it.
Wow, that's impressive.
What about your bike? Where is it? Sumibi threw Nikomi's question back at her.
Same as yours, right outside the lab.
Sumibi's heart skipped a beat. She still didn't understand why Nikomi had asked about the bike. However, something about it seemed important. Felt like the bike was the key to everything.
So, wanna do a race?
Nikomi's proposal rang out of the walkie-talkie speaker. Right. What?
First one to reach the bike wins.
Sure.
I really want to see you driving the bike.
Nuh-uh. I'll sit behind you and you drive.
Okay, I'll drive then.
Perfect. Sumibi stopped staring at the walkie-talkie and turned around. So bright outside that she couldn't even see the bike.
On 3.
Wait, what if I parked the bike farther than you did? She knew that if she stepped out of the lab, the sunlight would blind her for a while. It would take a few seconds for her eyes to adjust enough to see anything.
1, 2.
Nikomi started counting through her walkie-talkie.
3.
Sumibi sprinted. She ran towards the lab's exit to the point where she remembered having parked the bike. She wasn't sure why, but she knew that she wasn't supposed to look back. She knew that she wasn't supposed to look anywhere but in front of her. She had to get to the bike as fast as possible. Whatever she would find there didn't even matter. She only had to reach the bike and jump on it, on the rear part of the seat. And then she had to see. She ran through the open shutter. The sun blinded her for a second. Nikomi ran toward the bike's handlebar as fast as she could. She didn't pay attention to anything else. She turned on the engine and listened to it roar. Bike sound and vibration were the only things that mattered. It was too soon to look in the mirror. She just twisted the throttle and rode forward. Bike's wheels rolled smoothly on the road. Lab grew more and more distant. Damn, she just took off. Okay, you didn't mention that part. You were just like, we're just racing to the bike. She slowly picked up speed, feeling the wind against her face. And then Nikomi slowly turned her head to look in the mirror. That was when it happened. She felt the weight of someone against her back. Okay, but the question is, so for Nikomi, she was driving it, right? But for Sumibi, was she like just sitting on the bike for a while and then suddenly appeared in a different spot of the road on the back, like with Nikomi in front of her? Or did she transfer over immediately? And then for some reason, Nikomi only felt Sumibi behind her, like, later when she was looking. Cause that's a really funny fucking disconnect. And I need an answer for that. Neither of them was entirely sure of what had happened. Yippee! In a way, it hadn't even felt like anything had happened. At best, they could have said, "Wait! No!" You have to go slower. Okay, phew. At best, they could have said it felt like waking up. Like coming out of a dream, opening your eyes and seeing the very real ceiling above your head. And then realizing you'd been staring at the ceiling for a while. That was what it had felt like to them. Noticing something that had always been there from the start. The weight against Nikomi's back. The wrinkles on her clothes where they were being gripped. Hey! Wait, where's the bike? I have movement power, but those things had always been there, even before the bike had started running. She could feel the seat vibrating and her long hair moving with each bump in the road. Her eyes were still closed, but she could feel the girl in front of her. Where is the bike? It's really funny that I still have just as I... Wait, nope, that was the wrong person. Just as I thought. So maybe finally opened her eyes. I still like sitting in the rear better. It's back! We're back! She could see that familiar back. We're back! Yippee! Oh, and now I have full control again. Whoops. Actually, yeah, we'll put this back up. Now that I actually have control over when the fucking thing goes to the next one. I thought for some reason that was just gonna be it. That was gonna be the end. But I wonder if they'll... No, I do feel like we are close to the end. Right? They were very distinctly like, yeah, we're not saving the world. We're not going to bother with the rocket bullshit. We're not doing that.
Let's see. Yippee! Wait, I want to drink the coffee.
Sanity. Now, I don't know I don't think that's what you've been calling that this whole time. Hey, wait a minute. That's been my sanity bar? I thought that was just my brain power. My intelligence. That's my fucking sanity? We've been doing good on sanity, actually. I guess because we were all together, huh? Aw, she didn't say anything about it. I guess the sports drink and shit didn't do anything either. The smell of the bike's exhaust was now joined by a different familiar scent.
I really want to see you ride the bike someday.
Maybe I'll show you eventually. So maybe squeezed her arms around Nikomi. The girl turned back. Their eyes met. Nothing surprising, important, or even noticeable happened. Didn't feel the energy coming off each other's eyes. They didn't feel their realities melting into each other's. Nothing of the sort. They were just there, together. Sneeby was on the back seat, Nikomi was in the front seat. You're here.
I am.
Once again, Sneeby squeezed her arms around Nikomi. I can make pudding immediately. Is this the pudding? Nope. Both Sneeby and Nikomi were alone, in front of what was supposed to be the same walkie-talkie. They were in the same place, yet somehow apart. Their realities contradicted each other. As long as one's world didn't come to terms with the other's, they couldn't meet. However, the two worlds had something in common. The bike in front of the lab's shutter. That's where their realities, worlds in their eyes, crossed each other. Couldn't tell where the other had come from. Not that it mattered. Neither of them gave a single shit about it. All they knew was that the bike was there in the same place. They ran toward it and their realities crossed each other. You make me make taco. I think I need a meat or a vegetable. I don't think rice counts as a vegetable. You fucking asshole. You fucking stupid idiot asshole. Get out of here. God damn it. Watch me be fucking traveling forever and not be able to find this shit. And then nighttime is gonna happen. And then I'm not gonna be able to find a house. And then we're just gonna die at the fucking end of the game. It's gonna be really embarrassing. Do you understand? It's gonna be really embarrassing. Should we just fucking sleep here? Fuck. Right? Like, I don't... And there's no fucking presents on the road anymore. What happened to all our little goodies? I guess at this point, the time is going fast again, so I don't really even need to use the bonfire. I can just wait. Time was going so slow when we were in the... Or at least with Sumibi in particular, it was going so slow. Come on, it's nighttime. Thank you. Can you imagine if I hit the wrong button? I can. We're back together. Together again. Yippee. Next. I still have to find a thing to make this taco. It can literally be fucking practically anything that's vegetable or meat or fish. Just give me... Thank you. Now, wait a fucking minute. No. Wait. I need two of a thing. Fuck. It's fine. It's fine, we got this. Thank you. I mean, sure. Sure, you can take that. Sure, you can take that. Whatever. Taco. Bike continued on, leaving the roar of its engine behind. The engine's left behind? That's important. The sky was slowly losing its dawn palette as the day moved toward the afternoon. To Sumibi, it felt as if it had been night just minutes ago. Maybe exchanging looks with Nikomi had corrected the passage of time. So the time was moving fucking weird. She looked up at the sky. She didn't care whether those colors belonged to dawn or to twilight. Worrying about details like those would only keep you from sharing your world with others. She looked into the... Oh my god! I thought we were almost at the end! There's still so much left to do? She looked into the bike's mirror and met Nikomi's gaze. What should we do next? I don't know. Any ideas? What could we do? She made an honest attempt to come up with something, but she couldn't. So all she could do was give a generic answer, just to say something. I want to eat that pudding. Nikomi laughed.
I thought so.
Fried rice. Wondering about something. Earlier when... Hold that thought. We have so much fish now, what the fuck? We don't need this much. This is silly. Earlier when we got reunited, our realities became one again, right? So I was thinking that maybe more fish? Maybe they ended up correcting each other.
Each other's reality?
Exactly.
I mean, that could be.
Did you Notice anything weird?
Well, if my reality was corrected, I wouldn't be able to notice that though, would I?
That could be true.
And even if we could notice those changes, maybe it'd be better not to mention it to each other?
You mean it'd make our reality split up again?
I don't know, I'm just guessing. But I wouldn't like that.
This maybe thought that Nikomi had probably noticed something too. Being in different worlds had created some inconsistencies. Somehow those were fixed when the worlds were joined together again. Right now they were both perceiving the same reality. Why obsess over what had changed? We're together. Riding the same bike. Whatever. That's enough for me. I don't care about the rest. Even though you're the one who brought it up. So maybe it just mumbled that to herself. Inconsistencies weren't even really that big of a deal. Different people perceive things differently all the time. Ignoring that was how everyone could share a single reality.
Ah, stop it. You'll make me blush.
Shut the fuck up. It's the pudding! The pudding that we will make. We cannot make it though, because we don't have egg. So we will make sushi. How did we manage to reunite? Stop giving me fish. I don't need this. Oh shit, there was another thing.
Huh? It's probably some difficult scientific thing. I wouldn't know.
If we could get someone to use the walkie-talkie at the same time as us, could we get them into our world too? Why the fuck is there so much fish all over the street all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Yes! We can make 2 puddings now.
For both of us. What if their world had become too different? Yakime said that you can't meet people like that again, right?
So, our realities were different but not too different?
I guess.
If that were true, she had to wonder how different was too different. They only been apart for 1 day, but that had been enough to change some things. For example, the weather and the time of day. They'd both used the bike as well, and presumably they had taken different roads. It's just by coincidence that they had both parked it in the same exact spot. Maybe there was a limit on the extent of differences between realities that could be reconciled, and people who had gone past that limit could never come back.
Even if people have been transported to a different world, they could be sharing it with a few other people, like us. It's not great, but it's not terrible either, I think.
God damn it. So maybe still had a hard time understanding how that could work. It's time for pudding! The pudding! So maybe ate Nikomi's pudding. Still not quite there.
Will I ever be able to make the pudding you want? How long will it take me?
Could be anything from 1 to, say, I don't know, 5 years.
If I kept making pudding for 5 years, I'd basically become a pastry chef.
You could open a pudding store.
Wonder if I'd get customers.
Depends on how the world will be in 5 years from now.
Hope everything will have gone back to normal by then.
Right after saying that, Nikomi changed her mind.
Actually, I think I don't mind the world as it is now. Free stuff everywhere.
You have a point. Don't need to work. Can sleep in every day. God.
We're living the dream.
Who knows what'll happen in 5 years. Could be that you still haven't perfected the pudding by then.
Yeah, we don't even know what'll happen tomorrow after all.
Didn't know where they would be tomorrow or what they would be doing. It was possible that they would never meet anyone ever again. Still, the road in front of them still went on. Probably wasn't an end to it. Say, hypothetically, if I told you that there's nothing but fish in this world anymore, would you believe me? If I told you that I've forgotten how that pudding actually tasted, what would you do? Maybe had no clue how Nikomi would respond to that. You could never guess how someone would react to something with perfect accuracy.
I wouldn't mind.
Nikomi's reply was swift and calm.
As long as we can keep traveling together like this, I really wouldn't mind.
So maybe I'd expected a slightly different answer. But Nikomi's way of thinking was the reason why they were traveling together to begin with. I see. I kept moving, leaving behind the engine's roar and the girls' conversation. And the road kept going, on and on and on. We did it! We made pudding! God. I did not expect... Oh! Incredible. Oh my god, this is beautiful. And so silly. I love this. Back to this. Beautiful. What a good game. It really took a turn that I didn't expect it to. Especially considering the first time I fucking hit that mistake story bit. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. We did it! The ending! I was mildly curious if, like, maybe there was different endings. Based on, I don't know, something about how things went with Yakime and Marine. But based on that, the fact that it was like, you reached the ending, I think that's it. I don't think there's other ending. Hold on, I'm curious. Also, the fucking soundtrack in this game is so good. Nope, that's it. It's 0. We did it. Go back to title. Although, well, now I'm curious. It might just start over again. Is that a circus tent? It might just start us over again. But I'm curious. I gotta know. Or maybe, oh my god, or maybe it's just we live in the world now. We're just traveling forever. And I can make things. I can make all the things that I never got to. Like pancakes. I don't have flour. Get this fucking fish out of my inventory. I need flour. Anyways, this isn't important. That scrolls made pudding. We did it. We made the pudding. And now we travel forever. Just picking up food and eating food and making food. And that's beautiful. Honestly, that's all you need. They really are living the life. I wish that this could be me. But yep. Excellent stuff. Oh wait, I guess I don't have to just throw it away. I can make it. Delicious. And we can play whatever song we want. Did they give me the ending song? No. Yes! Maybe? Yes, they did. Oh my god! What's it like having cat ears? I did not expect this.
What do you mean, what's it like?
I mean, having ears on the top of your head. How does that feel?
It feels normal. I'm used to it. It's having them on the side of your head that sounds weird to me. Can you even move your ears?
Looks like I can't. I mean, if you try hard enough and move your face, you can move your ears. But, okay. Can you move yours?
Of course, look.
Oh shit, they really do move. Can I touch them?
No! What the fuck?
Oh wait, actually I don't want to throw them. Fucking throw the cocoa powder away. I don't know. God damn it. I just want flour.
Don't do that!
Is it that big of a deal?
It's kind of shameful.
What is it now?
Definitely.
When I'm riding behind you, sometimes I get the urge to squeeze your tail too.
Don't you ever. It wouldn't be funny if I crashed the bike because of that, would it?
I mean, it'd be pretty funny.
Not funny at all. Voice. What the fuck?
Still, I don't want us to crash, so I won't touch it, okay? Nope, not that. Or whatever. I just want flour, you guys.
Now I'm scared. Ugh, I wish I could hide my ears and tail.
I mean, the ears could be an issue, but can't you hide your tail?
Well, it's uncomfortable to have it inside my skirt. Sometimes it moves on its own too.
Oh, you mean like when you're scared and it puffs up?
Controlling that would take years of hard training.
Huh. Weird.
You're weird too. How can you eat so much without getting any heavier?
I can't help it, okay? It's just my metabolism. I'm just built different.
I wish I had that too. I'm kind of mad about it, actually. You should apologize.
What? What for?
For being so slim without even trying, unlike the rest of the world.
But there's no rest of the world to apologize to.
I'm the rest of the world, bitch!
Incredible. I did not expect that. Also, we picked up more tapes?
What? What? Oh wait, are these just gonna be in Japanese so I won't be able to understand them?
Or are they... They're voice dramas. Incredible. It's too quiet to hear it over the music still playing, unfortunately. Oh, okay, well... There's audio dramas that I'll have to do a lot more Japanese learning to understand. I'm a baby in terms of comprehension still. But incredible. Well, we did it. I can't make... Actually, can I make pancake? If you give me flour, I'll be real jazzed. This pancake ain't even gonna fucking do anything for me, but I just want to make pancake. I'll just overload my inventory. Well, good work, everybody. Wait, hold on. Does that just go back to title? Go back to home. Where's my home? Oh, it's this screen. We'll just go back to the title screen. But yep. We did it. The girls made the pudding. Excellent. Hope we all had a good time. Take care. Bye-bye.